Well, a rainy Saturday is expected with not one, but two rounds of showers and storms, one of those rounds being during the overnight hours. Once we added up those totals from Saturday, early Sunday, and then during the day on Monday, we could see anywhere between 1 to 3 inches of rain across a good portion of north and central Louisiana. Also on Saturday, there is a low-end chance for a couple of strong to severe storms. We'll talk about everything that you need to know. I'm meteorologist Jake Lambright. Of course, a lot to talk about in the forecast. We've got rain chances this weekend, rain chances early next week, a bit of a lull in the rain, cooler temperatures, potential frost freeze. And then we also have more rain chances as we end next week. So let's go ahead and dive right in with a look here at your rain chances over the next 7 days. As I mentioned, of course, we've got the rain chances, and they don't look all impressive for Saturday and Sunday, but those are just during the daytime. I have a 60% chance of rain during the overnight hours Saturday into early Sunday morning. Any rain we see Sunday, for the most part, is going to wrap up early on in the day, and then rain chances are expected to rise once again as we head into the day on Monday. From there, rain chances lower for Tuesday and Wednesday, but they increase once again as we head toward the end of next week. Now, of course, it's going to be rainy. If you have any outdoor plans scheduled, that rain, of course, could have an impact on those plans, but we need every drop of this rain that we can get because our drought conditions have continued to get a little bit worse week after week. In fact, here's a look at our latest drought monitor. This was updated on Wednesday. We still have 2 patches of severe drought conditions here in the heart of central Louisiana. The first patch there being across portions of Sabine and Natchitoches Parish. The second area to really watch, keep an eye on, southern Allen, Evangeline, and St. Landry Parish. Even for those under pre-drought conditions in the bright yellow or moderate drought conditions, or level 1 out of 4 there in the tan color, those have expanded a good bit since last week's update as well. And the only way that we're going to see those stop expanding and eventually improve is to see additional rain chances. Those grounds right now are just really, really dry. We need that rain to really help us out. Now, as I mentioned, we do have at least some threat for severe weather on Saturday. Most of us are not going to see much of anything when it comes to a strong or severe storm. However, a location or two could see a storm capable of producing some gusty winds, maybe some small hail. Not really concerned with a tornado threat with this round of storms. And to be clear, I know I said 2 rounds of rain on Saturday. The morning round, not really concerned about those having the potential to become strong or severe. It would be the overnight round that has the best chance. Keyword best. These storms are really not going to have much to work with as we go through Saturday night into early Sunday. In central Louisiana, the parishes there labeled on your screen, it's really split right down the middle. Those for the western half in the dark green are under that marginal risk or that level 1 out of 5 threat for severe weather. The eastern half, though, in that lighter green means that we have the chance to see thunderstorms, but those are generally not expected to be strong or severe. All right, we've got to talk timing with this rain that we're getting on Saturday, because like I said, we've got 2 rounds. We've got a morning round, we've got an evening round. What can we really expect? Well, Saturday morning, most of the rain stays close to the I-20 corridor. However, you will notice a couple little isolated showers there working their way into the northern part of central Louisiana. Move things forward a little bit further, you'll notice as we go through much of the afternoon, just a couple of those little pop-up showers. Not anything crazy, not going to be a washout for your Saturday afternoon. And then Saturday evening, things are actually looking pretty dry. But this is what I'm watching. This is what's going to be moving through during the overnight hours Saturday into early Sunday. That's that line of storms that you see trying to develop there to the east of the DFW Metroplex. Now, those get closer to us as we get closer to midnight there for central Louisiana. For any friends watching out of northeastern Louisiana, that line there kind of moving through Ruston, Monroe by that point. But for us, central Louisiana, that's really kind of moving close to Sabine and Natchitoches Parish, closer to 2 to 3 a.m. that kind of broken line of rain starts to move into portions of Vernon and Rapides Parish, even back into LaSalle and Catahoula. We keep rain around generally that line through about 5 to 6 a.m. You'll notice there's some heavier rain, especially across our southern parishes, where we could also see some locally higher rainfall totals with this event. And then this technically cuts off about noon. So let me add something there so I can draw on the map once again. But by noon, we're dealing with maybe a couple little isolated pop-up showers there, mainly across our southern parishes and kind of close to the I-10 corridor. The rest of us are going to be dry and cloudy as we go through the rest of your Sunday. So rainfall totals, when we add them all up by the end of the day, Monday, early Tuesday, here's what we're looking at across the board. Generally 1 to 2 inches. Some, though, could see up to 3 inches of rain. So a very healthy and manageable amount of rain, especially considering that we really need to put a dent on those ongoing drought conditions. This is going to be some very beneficial and much needed rain. Beyond the rain, the other thing to talk about in the forecast will be some gusty winds, and then we also have to talk about that next freeze potential here in just a second. So Saturday during the day, wind gusts are going to be pretty strong. Expect those out of the southeast about 15 to 20 miles per hour. Those increase, of course, once that front passes, winds will shift direction. So on Sunday, our gusts will be out of the north anywhere from 20 to 25 miles per hour. We get a little bit of break on Monday. Thank goodness, because temperatures are going to be their coolest for afternoon highs on Monday. We'll be in the mid-40s. On Tuesday afternoon, though, gusts picking back up out of the northwest anywhere from 15 to 20 miles per hour. Now, speaking of those cool temperatures, we're going to have to watch out for the potential of a frost and a freeze next week. So here's what to expect as we go through the next couple of days. As you can see, Saturday night, Sunday night, not too concerned about a frost or freeze. Maybe going to have to watch Sunday night, see if those temperatures try to drop a degree or two, because if they did, then we could see some frost out there. Frost looking likely, though, Monday night into Tuesday morning. Right now I have overnight lows right around 34 degrees, and that's what we need for some frost. Then overnight Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, that's when I'm expecting a freeze. We'll see morning lows likely in the upper 20s on Wednesday morning. Not worried about this being a pipe bursting cold. We're not going to be in the low 20s for all that long. Be a very brief period there in the lower 20s, but it will be cold nonetheless. You'll want that heavier coat as you head out the door. Beyond Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, we're good for the rest of the work week. You'll see Wednesday night, Thursday night temperatures there staying in the low to mid 40s. For those overnight lows. All right, let's wrap this all up here with your First Alert 7 and 10-day forecast. It is going to be mild tomorrow. High temperatures will be in the upper 60s, or I say mild, warmer than today. Pretty close to our average for this time of the year. We're cooler Sunday. Highs will be in the lower 50s. We'll be wrapping up what's left of that morning rain pretty early on in the day, and then we'll see some cloud cover through the afternoon. Even cooler on Monday with more rain in the forecast. We're keeping highs near 46 degrees, 80% chance of rain. It does get a little bit warmer on Tuesday and Wednesday, still on the chillier side though. No rain expected, but rain chances will be picking back up Thursday, Friday, and the chance for that unsettled weather does continue through the end of next weekend and into the start of the following work week. So you can see there a bit of a roller coaster whenever it comes to not only our temperatures but also our weather conditions. We've got several batches of rain chances, and we're a little dry, then rain again, and temperatures are just kind of all over the place here really as we go through the next 7 to 10 days. So a lot to keep an eye on. Of course, you can find updates like this always on our KALB 24/7 weather channel on our website. You can also stream that on your Roku, Fire, or Apple TV with the free KALB app. All right, thank you so much for watching. I'll have another update for you as we head into next week.